Yo, welcome back. Nicholas, Adam is he there?
Yeah, I'm just carrying loads of things downstairs.
There he is. We're at a friend's house, also called Adam, which is very confusing when we're trying to ask Adam to pass stuff. We've just changed the fuse board. Adam's done a few sockets upstairs in the bedroom, but what we're also doing is we're going to fit 6 spotlights into the ceiling. They are JCC fire rated, fire guard downlights with some LEDs that we picked up. But because the bathroom's above and because it's tiled, there's no access, the whole house is going to get decorated at some point. So what we're going to do is cut.
You can find setup instructions in the help section of your Alexa app.
Alexa for you. We're going to use the stud finder. Obviously I did a video, you've already seen this. This is the Bosch one. Adam is now a proud owner of his Amazon special one. Like we said, for stuff like this, they both do sort of exactly the same thing. This obviously got nicer screens, a bit better quality, so I like this one. I did pay for it, so. What we're going to do, we're going to give it a test and see if we can find the joist above. We're going to cut 4-inch holes, which is set up here with the dade. The new one, I found the new hole saw on the joist, which will allow us to get enough of an angle up to put some holes through greater than 50mm above. We'll plug them back up, we'll stick some filler on it. So yeah, let's give this a bit of a go. Set this bad boy up. I presume that the beams run across this way. I presume, but we will drop this fitting down in a minute because normally they will be sat next to a beam which will give us an indication of where it is. But if we just start from... Oh, there's no beam. Oh, there's one. Well, so that makes sense because you can see the crack. So I will do a pencil line there.
That's right where you want one, so. Great.
There's going to be one further left, surely. It's not coming up with it. Oh, there it is. So really, if we're being clever,
Tape measure.
yes please, boy. Boy, realistically our joists are all going to be the same distance, within reason, from centre to centre throughout. This will allow us to work out our measurements of the edge of the worktop is 600, which it normally is. We try and do the downlight as close as we can. With the size of this kitchen, we're going to do 6. We're probably going to put them above the worktop a little bit, so we'll be in between that. If you just measure between line to line, please, mate. What have we got there?
Nearly 400.
So if you move that across to the next, like we're trying to find the next joist, put your finger, roughly 400, which will be there.
About there.
I was picking up my GoPro.
Yeah, so not far off.
There.
They're probably 450 centres, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let me.
Hang on, I've put my pencil down. Can put your pencil line just behind you. Oh, you got yours.
It's like there.
Hang on. There, yeah. So it's going to give us a good indication of where the beams are. We'll go all the way across. We'll drop the central light. But Adam's going to have to do a lot
Yeah,
of this.
that's 450.
Because it's my daughter's nativity play in a second. So I'm going to shoot off, leave Adam in the capable hands of older Adam, and he can drill a few holes through, but I'll make sure he gets some footage for you all. But yeah, I've still got 5 minutes yet, so we'll drop this down and see roughly where the beam is to where our stud finder's telling us things are, and work measurements from there.
Right, so Nick's just gone to that thing at the school for his kid, the nativity. So what I've done is I've figured out using the tape measure, pencil and the stud finder, well, the like screws in the plasterboard which goes into the joists. So I figured out there or thereabouts, in between 400 and 450, they seem to change. That end they seem to be going 450 apart, and this end they seem to be going 400 apart, so not too sure about that, but we'll see when we cut the ceiling. Right, so a bit of a, yeah, one of those moments where like I normally ask Nick what do you think. So this is me situation. So that cross there is 60 off that wall, and is it 60 or 65? I forgot now. Right, so yeah, that cross is 60 off the wall there, and then it is 125 from that one to that one, which the crossways is fine width. However, what I'm thinking is that there, if we put that down like there, that might, on camera it doesn't look as bad, but might be a bit too close to that, or I don't know actually now I've got off the steps, doesn't look as bad. Yeah, so what I was worried about is that downlight, say the downlight's like that diameter, being too close to shining too much on this.
Right, I've just got back from a starling, Oscar-worthy performance as my daughter as about to say a magic star then, no, the star anyway. So I've got back. Adam hasn't done a lot just because he's messing around with measurements because he just wants to get it right, so that's fine. He has said that this light fitting here is going to be quite close to this unit, but this unit isn't actually staying. This was the old housing for the boiler. That's why it's a 600 deep wall unit, but that's actually, once this kitchen gets redone, that will become a 300 unit, so that light above will be fine. He's just getting the measurements. I've just gone around with the stud finder. Obviously Adam's found in here that the stud is there. He's used his measurements, and logically speaking, there'll all be rough measurements around. We've used the stud finder, it's worked really well. So what we'll do is use a 4-inch hole, only on the one side. We don't need to do it on both, because once we've cut our downlight holes, we can rod backwards and forwards and put the feed in. We need to cut and put a maintenance free joint up there. It'll be an ideal with an ideal box. That will then fly across to our first downlight, which will either be this one or this one. They will then link between the two. We will do holes on every joist, a 4-inch hole on every joist, to allow us to get our drill bit up at a good angle, 50 mil away from the bottom of the plasterboard into it. It'll allow us to feed in, feed back, feed in, feed back, feed back, process of elimination sort of thing. And then I've got a big tub of filler, which is this stuff, and Adam likes to call them spatulas, but they're not spatulas.
This is where I got to when you come. I forgot about this.
What's that, mate?
I was saying, obviously, normally you measure off the wall dating 600. 600 is where that pencil line is there.
Okay.
But
are you worried that this wall is out?
The wall's out, so that there, look. This worktop's going like that.
Right, okay.
So it's like slanting in the back end though. So I don't know if we need to make that. Well, no, we don't, because then the lights will be out.
Yeah, we need to just make sure the lights are in line with what's here. Okay.
Yeah, so that one is right.
So that
in the corner.
It'll be 600 by 600, so beyond the corner. We need to make sure that this light is equivalent.
That one.
And we'll drag it across. You can laser it, but if you go off the wall, sometimes if we don't, I say this to everyone as well, if you try and make it as square as you can and the room's not square, by you making it square, you end up making your downlights look out of square, if you know what I mean, because the lay of the land, we have it with a lot with skirting. When you put a nice square flat socket on and you level it out and it's lovely, but the skirting's slightly out, the biggest thing in the room will be the skirting, so the socket actually looks out. So sometimes you've just got to go with the lay of the land really. So we'll measure out 600, we'll line that across, and we'll cut that out, and then we'll just see what it looks like afterwards really. But after doing this enough, you're better off going with the wall rather than going off your square plumb line that you've created and you know is square, because the lights will then look out of place. Right. Ask me that again.
Oh, how did you get the
distance for that? So obviously this one, there's no wall to go off. You could use this lovely crack where the beam sits, but realistically, we know that one's square. You have a wall here to measure off for that. You would get the measurement from that down light, and then you would just duplicate it from this one to this one, vice versa. Make sure they're all square. Adam's just getting as many measurements as he can because he knows full well.
Is that 125? I can't really see it. I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know, your thumb's the way.
Oh.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, 125.
But we want to cut these out. We don't want to be cutting them out. There's nothing. It's okay if you cut a downlight out. Let's say you cut one out there and it's in the wrong spot. If you then have to put the downlight over here, that's absolutely fine because you can plug this back up and fill it. But there's nothing worse if the downlight goes in here and the actual centre's meant to be here. You end up cutting half, plugging it, cutting half the plug you just cut in and then filling it. And it's actually quite a weak point. It doesn't really last. So he's just making sure 100% correct, because I've done this honestly thousands of times and it's easy to make a mistake. But hopefully with the stud finder, it's made our life a bit easier without having to pull all the floors up upstairs. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but I'm going to start cutting them out in a minute. We've got the dade, we've got some masks, we're going to sheet up a little bit, get the hoover out at the same time, I'm going to cut the downlights out first and hope that the measurements are okay, the stud finder's working, so there's nothing there. Then what we can do is we'll feed the tape measure through into the holes, get a measurement from the edge of the hole we just put into the side of the side of the joist, sorry, and get accurate measurements. So when we're putting our 4-inch hole cutter onto the ceiling, we know we're hitting dead center stud and making it easier for us to rod and drill across. So they've worked a treat. Adam's done you good job up in there. We've just done the 4-inch hole right next to this beam, which will allow us to drill through that way and equally get the measurements. Adam, if you just grab a tape measure, what Adam's going to do is push the tape measure this way through the hole, so he'll get a measurement from the edge of his hole. That was unintentional, I promise. Which is what?
All the bits stopping me.
Right, so
Centre of that is 300.
okay, so pull that out, mate.
Or should just go centre to that beam?
No, go from the edge of the hole, because we can just hook that on there then.
Oh, that edge?
Yeah.
Oh, 25 then.
Alright, so pull that out, mate. Turn the tape round, hook it on. Right, so pull it out. 25 will be here. So we know if we have the thickness of the joist is what? 2 inches.
Yeah, I think they are, aren't they? What are they? Yeah, 2 inches, yeah, that's
So
right.
if we measure that 2 inches to there, and then we drill.
So now it's that one there.
Yeah.
So it's like there.
Just seems a bit thick, but we'll see. It's a thick boy.
No, I don't know, you know.
We'll see. But normally what I would say is we drill flat onto it, so your pilot bit would go here.
Should I just put the cross there?
But
Oh.
if we've already got a hole this side, so we can access this from here, what we might do is a hole this side, so we can get the drill bit through. So each way we'll be able to get it, and same here. So from drilling this hole there, we'll get the measurement for this joist, we'll drill a hole there, and then one more over that one, and that will allow us to get our angle up nice and feed it all through for individual ones, and then we will just plug it back up with a little bit of wood that we have in the van. No, don't know. So let's get us these pulled out. I'll show you what we mean, and then we can start running some cables. I've just got super long spade bit. Even though we're filling it, we've got all these directly in line. We're gonna go through, start from here, drill this way, we'll get the hoover out, try and collect as much dust. Through there, with our mainest joint there, we've got one of them, screw that as best we can back to the joist, and we're gonna do a link straight from here to this one, right across to this one. This will come back, and we'll go to this one, it'll come back, and then we'll go across to this one, and then this one.
Yeah.
Right, so the good thing about the 4-inch holes is you can get your hand up quite easy. I mean, I've got big hands, Adam's got little long fingers with thin hands, so he's alright to get up. But we've obviously drilled angles this way, so we're starting at the far end, feeding it through the joist. We'll then be able to find it through this one, we'll feed it through again, find it this way, pass it through. It all makes sense a little bit, but we're gonna get some wood, we'll brace this out, and we'll stick some filler on it. But by the looks of it, with the cracks, there has been a leak up here at some point. I've spoken to Adam, it looks like the ceiling's gonna be over skimmed in the new year anyway, so what we've done is perfect for the plasterers, just come do a skim over. So yeah, we'll feed it through, and then I'll run you through the little bit at the end when we're turning it on. But this is sort of the process of using a stud finder, if not one of them strong magnet things, to find out where the joists are. If you have no access above, this is by far the easiest way we've found to do it so far. So a few little tips and tricks. So what I mean, go on, put your hand all the way, look at that.
Yeah, that's just because I've got pretty big hands, so just wait there. That's like
I know some people that would absolutely love you. This is my effort.
Put my hand up the brown ring saying.
I tell you what, I could probably get it up, but there'd be no way I'd get my hand back out. No. Honestly. But that's my left hand. Your dominant hand is actually bigger than the other one.
I just put my right hand up and that's how it fits. So.
It just. I've got no chance.
Yeah, look. Does the jacket fit with the cable? Yeah.
Mate, there's some people watching now that are going to be messaging you, 100%. To plug the holes up, got ourselves a piece of wood that's oversized. We'll placed it in. We will hold this, we'll put a screw up in here, like we've done there. Make sure they're below the surface level, and we'll put our cup in that we labelled out. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, just so we know we got the same ones going in. Put a screw in the middle, and then I'll put a big dollop of filler over that afterwards. It doesn't have to be flush right now, it just means it can be sanded flat at some point once it's dry, and it will just give it a little bit of a better finish. And especially if this is like this for a few months, with a white filler over the top, they'll blend in a little bit better as well. Right, Tess is away. Me and Adam have had a little sneaky go. Video coming soon. I am going to do a test at some point. Obviously, you're going to have to mind the flickering now because this is a bloody GoPro. I want to do a finger test. I want to put my finger on the side and then use the staple gun to see how much it hurts. They're up. They're horrendously flashing, so we won't look at that anymore. We pack up. This is the sort of stuff that we gather from doing tiny little jobs. So board change done. Adam's added some extra sockets in the bedrooms, and I have done a nativity play. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit like, and Christmas has probably happened by now, so I hope you all had a good Christmas, and we'll catch you soon. Take care now. Bye bye then. Adam's not here. I'll say bye for him. Bye.